all good.
Alright, so good. There you go.
Yep, go for
Right, so what's your job?
it. Working in Dublin Fire Brigade, paramedic and firefighter. So I've been there for the last 5 years.
Alright, and what time do you usually get up in the morning if you're going to work?
Well, we work 1 day and 2 nights, and then we're off for 3 days, or we work 2 days and 1 night. So the morning shift is 9 to 6, so I get up about 7:30, have breakfast, and then shoot to work. Unless I make one of the lads go to the gym beforehand.
Okay, and what's your quality of sleep like?
Pretty good. Most days, because I only work a maximum of 2 days a week, I get to have a lie in every morning if I want. So I'd easily get between 8 to 10 hours a night if I wanted. It's just on the nights that I am up the next day from day shifts. It's usually about 8.
8 hours, that's grand. And when you're travelling to work, do you get the bus or a car?
Drive.
Yeah. And how long about do you take?
Depending on traffic, probably between 10 and 20 minutes, just from Lucan to Blanche.
Okay, and then throughout the day you'd be physically active, yeah?
Yeah. Well, you would be. Yeah, if you're on the ambulance, you'd be a lot more active. But if you're on the fire engine, you wouldn't be as active unless there's a fire. And there's not as we do road traffic accidents as well.
Yeah.
But generally, you'd be more active if you're on the ambulance. You're kind of out of the station all day.
Alright, grand. And then what would you say your energy levels are like out of 10? Just like
good. Yeah. I find when I'm sitting down more or when I'm relaxing more, my energy levels drop. Or when I'm out and I'm active throughout the day, I'm pretty energetic. Yeah.
10 out of 10 basically?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. My diet could be a tiny bit better, but I'm very strict with my diet anyway. But I suppose everyone's
grand. And then how stressful do you think your day would be?
Ambulance will be kind of stressful. It'll be a bit more stressful depending on what you're dealing with. On a scale of 1 to 10, on average maybe a 4 or 5 max. Running the kickboxing club is the most stressful thing that I have.
Alright, and then what would you do to relax?
Usually train. You go to the gym, go to CrossFit, kickbox. I don't really sit down much to watch TV and just chill out and do nothing. So usually train, relaxes me a bit afterwards.
Alright, grand. And then some more kind of sport related stuff, like exercise related stuff. So how long would your typical bout be? And just a typical fight basically?
Normal fight would be 3 2-minute rounds.
3 2-minute rounds. And then what aspect of the fitness do you think is most important then for your sport?
Because there's a lot of stopping and starting with kind of all combat sports, it's you do need a degree of endurance obviously, but a lot of power output. Big power and speed basically is your main components of it.
Alright, grand. And you said CrossFit, but do you do anything else besides them too?
I train in the gym on my own and just follow a strength program in there. It's all basically when I go to the gym, it's all strength based stuff at the moment. There's no endurance stuff.
Grand. And then how long during the week do you usually do kickboxing, CrossFit in the gym?
Kickboxing would be say 2, 4, 6, about 10 hours a week kickboxing.
Yeah.
CrossFit would be about 5 hours a week, and the gym probably close to another 4 or 5 hours a week as well.
Alright, and are you usually happy with your training or?
Yeah, happy enough. Once I'm not injured, I'm happy.
Grand.
So.
What weight category do you fight at?
84 kilos.
84 kilos.
Yeah.
And would you be looking to move weight class up or down? Or have you ever?
Well, yeah, I have moved up. I started off at 69 kilos, moved up to 74, fought there for a while, then I started training in the gym a bit more. I just found myself naturally going up to 79s with the weight training, and now I just moved up to 84 because I just want to be a little bit bigger, a little bit leaner. But I'm about 82, 83 kilos now at the moment.
Yeah, and then would 82, 83 be the weight you normally live at?
Living above. Yeah, around Christmas it might be 84, but usually I'd be fairly lean and I'd be kind of around 82, 83. I do plan on getting a bit heavier though, so maybe going to 89s maybe next year or the year after.
Alright, grand. And do you ever have any trouble making weight?
No.
Competition, no, because you live below.
It's some people binge and then they kind of do like a cram session of dieting, but I was just planning to live throughout the year to get my weight down.
It's grand. And then, do you have any injuries, or like at the moment, or something that ever comes up often?
Well, not a main injury at the moment. I have a small bit of tendonitis in my right shoulder, and I damaged my left hamstring the other day doing squats. But apart from that, I did like very minor. I can still train.
And then, are any of your injuries reoccurring, or?
The right shoulder's reoccurring, the hamstring's reoccurring. I had sciatica for 8 months, but that's gone. I got good physio on that, but that's gone now. I haven't had that in a while.
And is there any like parts of your body that are vulnerable to injury, do you think?
No, just the face if I get hit.
Alright. Then what are the main competitions you take part in each year?
You've your Irish National Championships. They're on every year. There's 2 rounds of them. You've got to win both. They're entitled to go to the Worlds or the Europeans, so you can't just go to the Worlds or Europeans.
Yeah.
So they'd be fairly important. Then you have obviously the World or Europeans.
Are they every year?
Yeah, it's biannual, so you'll have Worlds, Europeans, Worlds, Europeans.
Yeah.
So with the Irish Open, which is the biggest tournament in the world, but it's not a World Championship.
Yeah.
In a World Championship, you only have the top fighter out of each division. In the Irish Open, you could have everyone. So you can have the first, second, third, fourth fighter, and in the top 3 fighters in some countries they might only be separated by 1 point, so it is that bit harder to win.
Okay.
And then we have the best fighter tournament, which is on in Italy every year. It's usually on in Rimini. So with that, we have Austria, the Austrian Classics. We've basically open tournaments all throughout the year, so there's no off season as such.
Grand. And then what were your goals for these tournaments?
Just to win, or any of them that I've won in the past is to try and win better, so get bigger score margins or win the fight easier.
Okay, then when you're training for these, do you have any specific training goals, or is it?
Yeah, I kind of be a bit untraditional as regards. I don't really train. I don't normally peak for an event because there's too many events. So I just keep my training solid throughout the year.
Yeah.
Get plenty of rests, plenty of sleep. I eat, like I said, try and eat well, so I don't get any of the drawbacks of overtraining.
Yeah.
I think you only overtrain if you don't eat and rest properly, so I try to do both.
Yeah, grand. Is there any aspect then of your training or your matches that you want to improve on?
Yeah, my flexibility maybe is a big thing I want to work on. Flexibility is it's painful. It's sore, and it's sore for at least 60 seconds on each stretch. So it's just it's like getting up in the morning. You know you have to do it, but it's like, oh, not this again.
Yeah.
But flexibility kind of would be a big one, and maybe my kicking performance.
Alright, and what would your optimum goal to improve your sport performance then? Would it be flexibility?
Yeah, I think flexibility. I'm not a very I wouldn't be hugely dynamic fighter. I don't move a lot. I'm a counter fighter, so I don't feel the need to have the same huge amount of endurance that most of the other guys would find they have to have. I kind of usually wait for them to make a mistake, and then that's where I do my best fighting.
Grand. And then in terms of improving your flexibility, if you set an exact goal to be however flexible, when would you like to achieve that by, do you think?
Well, let's make small realistic goals. Maybe implement some PNF stretching and dynamic stretching. Depend on the goal, and if I don't get any injuries, like for example a box split, should be well achievable within kind of 3 to 4 months if I'm doing proper PNF stretching.
Yeah.
And age isn't a factor. So apart from that, I should be alright about 3 or 4 months, I'd say.
Alright, grand. And do you have anything else you want to add for making out a training plan? Anything to help us, or is that?
That's kind of it. Like I do a lot of power training, so the reps would be fairly low at the moment, and like I said, the insurance isn't a huge kind of demand on it at the moment. My endurance seems to be pretty good at the moment for most of my fights.
Yeah, right. That's grand.
Cool.